What's going on, everybody? This is Achilles OBT coming at you with a brand new situational awareness video. It wasn't my plan to do two of these in a row, but seeing as the last one got such a good response and these videos can really pop up at any point in time, I figured why not, because this is actually something, this particular video is something that I've heard about, and I've heard a general opinion on it, and I've never actually been a victim of the general opinion. So I figured what better opportunity there was to kind of showcase why I've never been a victim than in this gameplay that you're about to watch. This will be a slightly longer showcase than the last one, which was just one play. This is going to be focusing on the laning phase. Now, the situation at hand that I have been referring to in this little intro to this video is that Sonya versus Nazeebo is the popular opinion is that whenever Sonya is in a lane with Nazeebo, it is pretty much a guaranteed win for Nazeebo. The actual thing I've heard a lot is basically like along the lines of what can Sonya do. I've even heard Hengis say this before, and I can remember hearing him say that, and I also remember just as well how hard I laughed when I heard that, thinking of my personal experiences. And again, this will be a good video to showcase exactly why I've never personally had trouble, and this will also showcase the exact way you should go about dealing with the Nazeebo when you're using a Sonya, so that if you ever find yourselves, whoever may be watching this video, if you ever find yourselves in this exact scenario, in this exact situation, and you're 1v1 against the Nazeebo, you know exactly how to go about it without actually like taking serious damage and putting the Nazeebo in bad spots. Now, without stalling, the one thing I will say, the big reason why I think that general opinion is out there is because Nazeebo is obviously a range hero, and he's not just a typical range hero, but he's one that does like a tremendous amount of damage, and he is actually a hero that basically, if you're using him right, you almost feel like you're not doing anything because everything is really at a distance. Like, he is extremely comfortable at all times, unless you kind of break through his damage, like his damage barriers, if as I'll call them, and try to get in his face and do some serious damage. But by the time you get there, you're more often than not, you're going to be in a bad situation health-wise, and that's exactly why people tend to say that this is a bad matchup for Sonya. So, excuse me, I'm a little short on breath right now, so try to bear with me a little bit. I'm still not feeling 100%, but yeah. So, in the laning phase in particular, I've come across this matchup quite a few times, and I have yet to see a situation where I actually got outplayed here in this one-on-one. And basically, the thing with Nazeebo that kind of backfires, that a lot of people don't really take advantage of, that I kind of play on, is that everything he has can be avoided. His spiders can be avoided. His zombie wall can be avoided. His shotgun, like Toad Blast, if you want to call it that can be avoided for the most part. That's really the only ability he has, the Toads, that he can throw at you, that like, there's one scenario where you absolutely cannot avoid it, and that's if he's right in your face, throw it in your face. The problem with that, though, and you'll see that that's really, you'll see when I hit play on this. The problem with that is that he has to be in your face. He has to be directly in front of you to hit you with the Toads, like, to make sure that you don't dodge it. And if Nazeebo is in your face and you're a Sonya user, that is bad news for him. That is the last place that he wants to be, because there is no way a Nazeebo can take on Sonya head-to-head in her face. That will not work out. Even a bad player, as long as they know, like, maybe one or two things about Sonya, will be able to be okay if Nazeebo is directly in their face. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Again, the general idea is that the basic thing you're going to see is that it's going to be a combination between me avoiding every single one of his abilities over and over and over again, soaking XP like on the minions and stuff like that, and then every now and then you might see me, like maybe once or twice, I might poke at him, land a spear, and hit him with a slam, just to let him know that I can touch him basically whenever I want. If you've seen any of my old videos, you know my stance on that. You know that I like to do that every now and then. So you'll see the Nazeebo move in. He sees me ahead of time, and immediately we back away, and dodge the spiders, because the spiders are not programmed to target like specific heroes unless you have the jumping spiders upgrade. The spiders are programmed basically to go after the first thing that they come in contact with. So you see every time he throws out the spiders, and again right here, you see me intentionally walk right past the minion wave and put a slam on him just to let him know that I can touch him, just so that he's aware that he's not safe in the back. And again, you see me get out of the way and dodge the toads because he's so far away that I can see everything coming. There is no way he's going to be able to hit me with any of his abilities. You see he throws the spiders out again, and what do? I back up and let the spiders run into my minions. There's no way he's getting any damage on me whatsoever, and then I'm free to soak damage, to soak XP for my team. And again, he throws them out again. What do? I back up once again. He uses his toads. And again, that 1 second delay on the zombie wall also means that I can avoid that as well, and I can just keep on going. Look at my health bar right now throughout all of this. It's barely even moved. If it has moved, I've been able to get my health all the way back. You see, I already have 6 gems at this point. Look at his mana bar right now. It's all the way down. You see, we go up to try and attempt to turn in here. He does a very good job of getting me off of that, but even so, at this point, the spiders have a lot of trouble trying to keep up with me. And you see I'm able to just heal off of my spin on the minions. There is really nothing he can do here. You see the Asmodan make an attempt to try and help him out. And then the Zeratul as well. That's about as close as they get to actually getting me out of that lane. But even so, I still took minimal damage. There's no need to go to a fountain, and I just go right back to what I was doing. You see that delay right there? Easily avoided. There is nothing the Nazeebo can do to hit me here whatsoever, and there's nothing he can do to get me off of my XP soak at all. There's literally nothing he can do. The most he can do, as I said, and you see again, he throws out the spiders. We just back up and let it hit our minion wave, no problem. And again, the most I used to do with Nazeebo to respect him was kind of save my whirlwinds as an escape in case he did ever get me in the zombie wall. But now I feel more confident just like keeping an eye out for it and running away from it rather than wasting it. And you see again, we noticed the Zeratul there. Uther came down and made a very, very good play for us. So we go right back to our XP soak. Nothing really going his way right now at all. You see we're having no trouble soaking XP. He's throwing everything he can. Again, look at his mana bar. It's all the way down. And my health couldn't be any better. Like, the most they had was when they went for a team gank, and you see that I'm able to turn in successfully, no problem whatsoever. So, again, this is supposed to be a matchup that is horrible. If you're Sonya versus a Nazeebo in a lane, mind you, he is a specialist. He is built to push lanes. How effective was his push right there? He was throwing everything he had at that lane, at me, at the minions, and going nowhere. All of his abilities were easy to dodge. Like, every single one of his abilities are avoidable. All you have to do is be patient, pay attention, and keep your head on straight. That's all. And look at it. He had to go to a fountain, and he got his health bar, he got his mana bar just a little bit higher. But again, look how much effort went into trying to put some kind of damage on me and pushing the lane, and he effectively got nowhere. And if you look at the updated here, like nothing. Like I soaked a good amount of damage there. I'm not sure like what was really doing all that damage because my health bar wasn't all that bad. But we were able to out-soak him on XP in that lane. No problem. Everything was just fine. So again, don't believe everything you hear about this matchup. It is definitely not the be-all, end-all that people try to make it seem like it is. I'm not sure how much longer I stood in this lane, but there was nothing this Nazeebo could really do to get me off of this lane, to win the lane whatsoever. This went on for a while until the Asmodan finally came down. And even when the Asmodan came down, it really wasn't anything that I had to worry about, because then the enemy team was essentially like dedicating 2 players to just deal with me. This is a Hero League game, by the way. In case you hadn't noticed, there are no mirrors here. This is a Hero League game that I played earlier today that I just wasn't recording on. And yeah, so this is not something that just works on Quick Match. This is absolutely something you can take anywhere with you. If you have a one-on-one matchup, all you have to do is be patient, pick your spots, and watch out for his abilities. The only way he can really catch you and do some serious damage is if he tries to get directly in your face and hit you with his toads. And at that point, if he tries to hit you with the toads directly in your face, you can seismic slam the hell out of him and get him to back up, he will be in a bad place way before you're in a bad place. Trust me, if anybody would know about this, it's me. And just in case you're wondering how this game turned out, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the end and show you exactly how this game turned out, because this wasn't just something like maybe like some people will see this and be like, oh, well, it's just the early game. Maybe in the late game, he took the Nazeebo and his team kind of turned this around. Well, for people who want to think that, there you go. That's what I have to say to people who might see this and think, maybe it was just an early game thing, maybe things changed. No, I do not struggle with the Nazeebo matchup at all. Basically, if you have excuse me, teammates that have some kind of timing as far as making plays, if you have some kind of good support system, which for the most part, I felt like I did. There was some questionable plays being made in this game for sure, but and you see this is actually glitched up here. We're the blue team. The enemy team is red, but on the scoreboard we're in red. They're in blue. I don't know. It's just really, really, really fucking weird. But we ended up going 22-0 in this game with 80,000 hero damage, which was the second highest in the lobby. Obviously the most on my team, which again, Sonya's a beast. If you know what you're doing with her and you know how to play, you know how to pick your spots, there's really nothing you can't do with her. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is my second situational awareness video. Hopefully this gets a good response the way the first one did. And keep your eyes peeled for more content. Well, I'm going to be recording as much as I possibly can for the coming week. These are my 2 off days right now that I'm on. I will not be able to get Artanis until Tuesday when he's released to the public, basically. Again, like for people who don't know, Artanis is only available to the people that pre-ordered Legacy of the Void for StarCraft 2, which I do not play, so we're gonna have to wait till Tuesday. I'm not gonna guarantee that I'm gonna have a video for him on Tuesday because I don't have the time to actually play by the time I get home. So I don't know. It might have to wait until possibly Thursday night or Friday morning when I really, really, really have the time to like really grind the game, get used to him, work on my build and things of that nature. So again, before I completely lose my voice, this is Achilles LBT. I appreciate all the support. We're at 93 subs right now, 7 shy of 100, which is enormous, which is fucking awesome. It's crazy. Like, I'm seriously mind blown how Heroes of the Storm's kind of turned the channel around for us. So, as always, it's Achilles LBT. That's Achilles with a Z. Remember it.